Hello, this is Alisia Young, and welcome to Teach Me Freedom. This podcast is about learning how to live a freer life from authors, entrepreneurs, and experts, those who have done it and who teach others how to do it as well, and what it feels like while applying those methods to our lives along the way. Every episode will deliver resources, anecdotes, and or reviews to support you in living a more freedom-filled life. Let's jump in. Welcome to Season 3 Freedom Finders. Marriage and motherhood, are they for me? Now this season, even though it says motherhood, you are more than welcome to tune in if the title mother doesn't resonate with you, but it's more so looking at the role of being a primary care provider for a child, children, and raising them and looking out for their care. Now in this season, we are really going to take our time with this because the topics we're going to explore look at singlehood, marriage, divorce, whether to become a parent, or whether to choose being child-free. And each of these topics can be a season on their own, but I wanted to see how each of the topics infused into each other. And we're going to give the time that it needs. Starting the season is partly why I wrapped up the previous season where it was at, because I feel this sense of time sensitivity with this season and the sense of internal urgency. So really wanted to start it at this time of the year as opposed to later. And the reason we'll be taking our time is that I've learned my lesson from the time that one of the episodes was really delayed. And just with all the other commitments that I have right now, some of these books that we'll be diving into are pretty lengthy. And so that's going to take time to read through them and simmer on them and get ready to discuss them. And so with that, I don't want to rush the season and not really give each work the time and consideration that it's due. So what has it inspired this season is, as mentioned, this internal, I guess you could call it an internal biological clock, possibly just these decisions. I find myself constantly thinking about them, and it's coming up for some of the clients I'm talking with and some of my friends. It comes up in conversation. So this felt like a great time to actually go in and explore it. Want to really look at some of the stereotypes that are associated with each of these stages of life and life decisions, looking at stigma, looking at pros and cons of these decisions, and looking at what pressures are placed upon these different decisions and what perks people get for making one decision versus the other. So in this season, as with the other ones, we'll be having a series of guest interviews and then book reviews. This season, you'll see a lot more book reviews than you've seen before. So please let me know if there's anything that you've really enjoyed about previous book reviews, anything that you'd want me to aim to incorporate more of, and anything that you've found to be non-beneficial. Of course, I'm going to do my best to incorporate all of that and also stay true to the vision of the podcast and stay true to my own voice as well. So stay tuned and enjoy the season. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Teach Me Freedom podcast. We hope you enjoyed it and found it beneficial. Feel free to reach out to us at teachmefreedom2020@gmail.com. And if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the show on your favorite platform for streaming content. Feel free to comment and leave a 4 or 5 star review if you feel so inclined. Connect with you next time.